Good morning, one and all. Myself, Manoj Brahme, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Information Technology, St. Vincent Pallotti, College of Engineering and Technology, Nagpur, Maharashtra, welcome you for the very first session on Education 4.0 Challenges and Opportunities. As all of you know, this is the theme of our FDP. So after the inauguration, in this video, I will try my level best to explain you the challenges and opportunities for Education 4.0 and why it is a need of an hour. So, learning outcome. After the completion of this session, the learners will be able to define and link Education 4.0 with Industry 4.0 and use the principles of Education 4.0 in their teaching learning processes. So Education 4.0 is based on Industry Revolution 4.0. So first we will go through Industry Revolution 4.0. There are 4 revolutions as per the history of Industrial Revolution. The very first Industrial Revolution started in the early 19th century, which was related to mechanical engineering like power of steam and water dramatically increased the productivity of human labor. The second industrial revolution was related to electrical domain, mass industrial production, which was launched during the beginning of 20th century. The third industrial revolution was related to information technology, IT, World Wide Web, Internet, and the use of computing in the industry and development of personal computer, which was begin from 1970. 2000 and onwards, currently we are living in the age of Industry Revolution 4.0. It is also known as Digital Revolution, which combines technological and human capacities in an unprecedented way through self-learning algorithms, self-driving cars, human-machine interconnection, and big data analytics. So since we are living in the age of Industry Revolution 4.0, we must know what are the contents of it, and then we will see how Education 4.0 is related to Industry Revolution 4.0. So as said here, it is based on 9 interrelated pillars of Industry Revolution 4.0, that is automation, data exchanges, cloud computing, cyber physical system, robots, big data, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and semi-autonomous industrial techniques. At school teacher level, maybe you have not heard the names of all these technologies, but at least everybody across the globe knows 2 things: artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and IoT. So these are the technologies which are used in Industry Revolution 4.0. The buzzwords which are associated with IR 4.0 is digitization, smart city, big data, IoT, Internet of Things, and disruption. Yes, all these are disruptive technologies. Why? Because if you know, when Uber and Ola were launched, they have disrupted the previous models of traveling. And if you see all these digital disruptions, Uber don't own a taxi, but still it's the largest taxi company. Netflix, it is the world's largest movie house, but doesn't own any cinema. Google, world largest software vendors, own no apps. Facebook, most popular media owner, own no content. So most of these companies did not exist 20 years ago. These are the very new company which are started, and Google and Facebook are the richest number 1 and number 2 company in the world. Why? Because they have used these sunrise or disruptive technologies of Industry Revolution 4.0, and by using them they have grown up to such a phase where they have surpasses the previous companies which were in the market for more than 50 years. So that is the importance of the technologies in Industry Revolution 4.0. The major 6 blocks of Industry Revolution 4.0 is industrial success skills required for getting a success, then equipment technology related for industries, the smart sensors and devices which are useful for Internet of Things, managing the industries, control systems lab that is related to instrumentation engineering, connectivity and networking without which we cannot have the, the result of data, and lastly the inform actionable data. So these are the 6 building blocks. Now if you see these 2 quotes, Alvin Toffler 50 years back in 1970 in his famous book Future Shock, he has stated, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn and relearn. True. He has truly visioned 50 years back what will happen in the 21st century. Gone are the days where we have learned one technologies and lived with the one technology, like what happens with the mechanical and electrical industries in Industry Revolution 1.0, 2.0 and 3.0. But now the world is run and lead by the IT, and in IT the technologies are continuously changing. So every student and teacher has to have the lifelong learning skill where they have to learn the new technology, unlearn the previous one which is not in the market, and relearn the things which are coming in the modified way. So that is to be followed. And also it is said the evident problem, it is said in one of a global conference organized in 2018 for redesigning higher education for 4.0 industry revolution. So one of the experts says the evident problem in the near future could not be the lack of employment, but the shortage of skills that new jobs will demand. So due to artificial intelligence, automation, the people are fearing that there will be a lack of employment. But the problem is not the lack of employment. The problem is shortage of skills which is required by the new jobs. Those people who have those skills, they will only get the jobs and others will be removed from the market scenario. These are the top 10 skills, some of the skills which are mentioned 5 years back. See how the world is changing rapidly, and why I have added this slide. It shows that many skills which are required as mentioned in the Future of Job Reports, World Economic Forum in the year 2016. It is that organization which work as international level for getting a state of a world to a richer level. And it works on all the zones for prediction of academic zone as well as industrial zone. So in their Future of Job Reports, if you see whatever the skills which they have mentioned in 2015, some of the skills are there, but most of the skills are totally new which are added. So meaning is that we as a teacher, we have to learn, unlearn and relearn many skills. Then only we will be able to pass those skills to our learners, that is our student community. So in the year 2020 currently, people are needing complex problem solving skill, critical thinking skills, creativity skills, people management skills, coordinating with others, emotional intelligence skills, judgment and decision making skills, service orientation, negotiation skills and cognitive flexibility. So if we can develop those skills among ourselves, then only we will be able to pass those skills, and specifically these skills will be required in future. So the current generation, which is the students who are currently in the middle school and high schools, after around 5 to 10 years onwards, they will be in higher education and in the job market. So it is better to pass on those skills to the school level for their benefit. So what is the World Economic Forum in 2016 has said 65% children entering primary school today, that is 2016-17, will ultimately end up working in completely new job types that don't yet exist. Yes. Now, the person who is studying in 2016 in a school level, he will become a graduate in the year 2025. And we don't know what type of technology and skill will be existing in 2025. It is a continuously changing world and we have to change ourselves. We have to adapt to those changes. So the only key step toward preparing individuals for the economy of the future is providing quality education opportunities for all. So it is the statement of US government in 2017 and it is true worldwide. Being a teacher of colleges and school, it is our duty to provide quality education opportunities for all of our student community so that they become grown and develop individuals whenever they will enter into the job market, and then they will run the economy of the future. So now coming to the need of education 4.0, why it is needed. I have explained you what is about Industry Revolution 4.0 and the technologies. The need of education 4.0 is, it is mapped with the Industry Revolution 4.0. IR 4.0 is a buzzword and everybody in the industry is talking. But if the education is not mapped, it is not synchronized with the Industry Revolution 4.0, then we will not be able to produce the graduates who will be working in the future industries. So therefore, as educators, this is the perfect time that we have to change ourselves in the era of education 4.0 if we want to live in the Industry Revolution 4.0. The very first need is world is changing with the disruptive technologies, as I explained in the previous slide, and these changes are happening in years and months, not in centuries. Currently, the industries are needing innovative talent who can work 24/7 in online, offline mode. As shown in the previous skill sets slide, the skill sets are continuously changing rapidly. Hence, the old curriculum of school and colleges is not sufficient and we have to impart the regular updated skills to our students. And lastly, the education must be linked with the industries which is need for the productivity. So these are all the points which are necessary to have the education 4.0. Now we'll go through the revolutions in education. There were 4 revolutions in education, like 4 revolutions in industry. The education revolution 1.0, that is, it was related, education 1.0 was related to receiving and responding, which happened for centuries. Education 2.0 was related to communicating, connecting and collaborating. And education 3.0 was related to connectors, creators, constructivities. So these are the past 3 education revolution. Now this diagram, which I have also shown in the previous FDP, but this is the heart of education 4.0. This is the block diagram of education 4.0, which shows the learner is at the center of the education ecosystem, and he is surrounded by dynamic technology which are changing, the disruptive technology, and he has to go learn those technology through experiential learning, not the classroom based learning. And the learner will not learn the things from a teacher, but we also need some more stakeholders in university. In the school education, we can say it is a CBSE or the state boards, which are important stakeholder. Then industry, if we tie up with the industry, then industry is also important stakeholders, and society, the parents and other stakeholders. And these are all things which are shown here. So that is how education 4.0 is considering